Warner in next year's election. Have you heard any more about that? And how do you think this helps the Democrats if the school's under attack? Northern Virginia being a very big spot for Democratic votes.
Tom, my suspicion is the governor's running for president. He's given speeches in Iowa and South Carolina in the last month. He seems to be sort of doing everything he can to sort of burnish or flex his sort of MAGA Trump bona fides. And I think a lot of this is performance art by him to sort of enhance his presidential primary campaign, which I expect will start probably in about 12 months. I've heard other names about Mark Warner, but Youngkin, it seems, is like focusing more on national attention than that.
Fairfax County's public defender said federal immigration agents have started making arrests inside the county courthouse, and it's making people reluctant to come to court. What are the consequences of that?
It's disappointing, Kojo. My other job, I practice law, and I'm in that courthouse all the time, and I've been getting calls from lawyers every time the ICE agents show up. It's created there's been some incidents where they've been confused about, because they come in without uniforms, and there's confusion about what's going on when, people all of a sudden grab somebody. The sheriffs had to make special precautions about it, but it definitely is creating a sense of fear in the community. Fairfax County always prided itself on being a community of trust. And, what we've seen in Fairfax, other parts of the state is, for example, in some neighborhoods, the amount of domestic violence complaints has gone down. It makes people less likely to call the police when there's a problem. It makes them less likely to say, hey, I was a witness or report crime. In a lot of ways, it makes our communities less safe. And, we've seen recently that a lot of the people that have been arrested in Virginia don't even have violent criminal histories, which is what, Trump said he was after. It's just normal people that are working their jobs. It's a weird way to, find felons, is just to go arrest people that are working and minding their own business and obeying the law.
And it seems to me, watching some of these, the videos that show up online now about these arrests, people, mostly men, who have masks, who don't show their badges, and they're dressed for violence. They just go up and grab someone. They don't have a warrant for the arrest that they show. They just take them off the street. As a lawyer, how does that work, that you can just take someone off the street and then tell them later why you did it?
First of all, the fact that they're wearing masks, I understand that they have some concern about their identities, but it's also of concern that, people don't know if they're being abducted by criminals. If you're not wearing a mask, you're not showing a badge. Typically, when somebody's arrested, they're told why they're being arrested. You have to verify their identity. You have to explain, I got a warrant. I saw you do something illegal, or I saw a warrant for your arrest. This isn't the way we normally do business in America, and it's created a lot of confusion. And I'm concerned that, it could end up resulting in some harm to people, because people don't understand what's happening, because this isn't how we arrest people in this country, typically.
Got to get a couple of politics questions. And this week, candidates faced off in a forum ahead of the 11th District special election to replace the late Representative